Is there anybody listening? Is there anyone that sees what's going on? Read between the lines, criticize the words they're selling. Think for yourself and feel the
Good morning and welcome to the midweek recap. I am Chanda-Masta, Trailer Park Pundit, and it's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, guys. Oh, yeah, I know. Fees Live, Convo Couch. I have a steady, dedicated schedule, so I just stick with what I do and what I know. And people will file over if they file over. If not, go watch Fee. I mean, I got nothing but love for the fams out there, the way they're doing it. Anthony, good to see you coming back. Snow Leopards hanging out in Cold Fusion Game and always supporting me. I should do better to support you. Let's see. We got the Rokfin and the Rumble up. We are out on the land of Oz and Twitter. Fucking Twitter. We're going to get to Twitter and what they've done to people. I got caught up in the Twitter sweep yesterday, and I'm not exactly sure what the hell it's about. There's a lot of talk of what that really was, and Facebook's doing the same thing. So I got a huge show, so I'm not going to sit here and BS at the beginning of it. We're just going to get started because it is a big show. Kate, I thought you were out in the woods. You got Starlink out there. You using Elon's blackjack? No, you just haven't left yet. Have fun, though. Have fun. I hope the weather gets a little better. The weather hasn't been that great, but I think we're supposed to have a really hot 4th. So that's good. That's good for you, for us, right? We're leaving soon. Well, be careful. Safe travels. Stay away from the crazies because there's a ton of crazies out there. Amber's here. Morning. Twitter sucks. Yes, Twitter sucks. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about this morning. But let's get through all of the mundane BS. I actually took that picture. That's at our public library. I was hosting a progressive meeting. I don't even know what it was, but it was a couple of years ago. Fair use. Everything I'm talking about, I'm just commentating on. The clips I bring are for fair use. I tell you guys, go out there, do your own research. But you know what they say. If you do your own research, then you're insane, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, do your own research because the information's out there. They just don't think you're going to go look for it. And that it's that easy. Like it's that easy to go find this information. They don't hide it. And let's see, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/trailerparkpundit, or it's Trailer Park. I haven't pulled that out. I don't know. Buy me a coffee. They haven't been that great. I don't understand their payout system. And I mean, it's a good way for people to be able to help and support the show. I guess I better figure out their payout system better because I'll request a payout and like a month later, they'll be like, oh, okay. So here we go. PayPal, you guys have been so amazing this week. This month has kicked my ass, but you guys have sent me lifelines here and there that have just lent me along. And I just got to say thank you. I have been on the Joe Biden inflation diet. How about you guys? How you doing? I've dropped 10 or 12 pounds thanks to Joe and his cutting of food stamps and inflation prices. And, Trump made me fat. Biden's going to make me skinny. Needs to buy Shanda a rum and Coke. Snow Leopard, that used to be my drink, rum and Coke. But then me and the captain, Captain Morgan, we got into some trouble together many years ago. I'd say like 2001 or 2. And yeah, I laid off the rum and Cokes. But yeah, I used to love the captain. Somewhere there's a picture of me in Vegas standing next to the captain doing the pirate pose. I loved me some rum. I was a rum drinker for sure. And that and whiskey. Whiskey. I liked whiskey too. So this was me. This is what I woke up to yesterday morning. We've temporarily limited some of your account features. We're temporarily limiting some of your account features. This is Gabriel got hit too. Gabriel Shipton. I saw that this morning. There's so many. There's tens of thousands of people who got hit with this violation yesterday. It was a spam violation, and they limit your tweets, your retweets, your likes. I'm not allowed to use GIFs anymore. I'm not allowed to post like a gift or post a picture for the next 3 days, whatever the hell that means. We called it. We called it weeks ago when we told you there was going to be some crazy authoritarian censorship rolling out, especially as we get into the 2024, showdown. And yeah, that's what we saw. But spam to come at us for spam, that's fucking crazy. Spam? I don't spam. I very rarely leave a negative comment on anybody's post. But it's funny because the day before I was talking to Angel, and I said there's 3 words you can't say on Twitter. They always pop up and say, "Are you sure you want to post that?" And that is moron, delusional, and stupid. Those are the 3 words I put up that, you remember Carlin's 7 words you can't say on TV? I mean, 3 words you can't say on Twitter: moron, delusional, and stupid. I mean, I'm sure there's a shit ton more. But then the very next morning, I wake up to be in Twitter jail. Like, what is going on? It was so bad. There was even articles wrote about this, guys. Twitter users claim they've been restricted for spam, but says they've done nothing wrong. Yeah, nobody knows what they did wrong. Nobody, even people who didn't even tweet for like a week, they got it too. So I think it's more along the lines, if you were anti-war. I know a lot of the people I talked to had shared RT tweets out the day before or in, the week leading up. So that makes me think that they're going after the anti-war voices. But they also took a lot of Assange supporters down too. So I don't know exactly, and nobody does. This article was just a waste of time. They told me what I already knew, that I had been blocked for spam and I didn't do anything wrong, and they won't tell me what we did wrong. And that's the way it goes, right? They never tell us what we did fucking wrong. YouTube never tells us what we said wrong, did wrong. Here's a 2-hour show. Guess what you did wrong? Well, I'm doing the same thing with Twitter now. Here's your whole entire feed. Guess what you did wrong? I cannot even believe, both my parents are dead, and I think about it all the time. My parents wouldn't believe me. My grandparents wouldn't believe me if I told them this shit was going on in our country right now. They would absolutely think I was high. They would say, "What the fuck are you smoking, Chanda?" But that's the reality of where we live. And yeah, it's not just shutting counts down for 3 days like so many of us. A bunch of them got locked out. So Orwell Huxley's ghost. Yeah, your account has been locked because Twitter received a complaint from the Digital Media Copyright Act, the DMCA. Notice for content posted to Twitter's account under the DMCA, copyright owners can now notify Twitter claiming that a user has infringed their copyrighted work. Upon receipt of a validation of the DMCA notice, Twitter will remove the identified material and block the account, it looks like. So, yeah, that's another thing they're doing. Now we have to deal with copyright on Twitter, which so many people rework other people's work, and I don't know how this is going to play out. But Caitlin Johnstone, she had a great thread over there. I got this one from Kate. Thanks, Kate, for tagging me in this. I love Katie Johnstone, and she's one of the few algorithm or people I follow that shows up in my algorithm. And I think that's because I followed her since like 2016, and I tweet at her all the time. It seems like only people I tweet at or go to their page are the ones I see in the who to follow. So Twitter's For You section keeps getting more vamped and worthless. Now the algorithm is sure that the only thing I could possibly be interested are right-wing culture war posts, left-wing culture war posts, and virtual videos with community notes saying that they've been deceptively edited. Yeah, that's about the freaking gist of it, isn't it, Katie? That's a great thread. That's worth reading the whole entire thread there. Yeah, that's what they do. I am one of those community note people. I don't even know how I became it, but I get to go in there and edit other people's notes and give my opinion on their note. And believe me, I shoot that shit down constantly. Not helpful, speculation, opinion, freaking irrelevant, or if it's something that's actually backing a fact up, I'll go in and tell it, yes, this supports the fact. Yes, this is worth showing on Twitter, because they've got to get so many comments before it actually shows up as a community note on a post. Because for a long time, they just show up for the community note people. I'll see community notes like on everything, and then just the ones that I don't know. Get verified? What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? I'm going to shout the chat out here in a bit as everybody files in. We're having a slow morning. It's Wednesday. Everybody else is live. I had a great morning on Monday. God, we had like 70 or 80 live, and that's good for me. I only started doing these morning things not too long ago, and so I appreciate the views. I do. Let's see. I think we got a little bit more censorship. 7 a.m. and already 4 people messaged me that they have been put in Facebook jail. Be extra careful not to hurt Facebook's fifis today. Yeah, this is Robert Walker, good friend on Facebook. I call him the meme master because if I need some good memes for y'all, I just go to his page. He's always got them. But see, it's not just Twitter, guys. It's not just Twitter. It's really not. It's all of them, right? Social media platforms, Silicon Valley, are hand in hand with our fascist state government, right? I mean, that's the way I see it. They work for the Democrats. They are the Democrats. They're going to do what the Democrats want. And then we know that the Republicans are arm in arm with the Democrats. So they ain't screaming too fucking loud about this either. And it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. Is Truth Social the place we got to go for truth? Yeah, no. Somehow I fell down a rabbit hole and ended up over there the other day. And I was like, oh my God. This is just vile. This is a vile place to be. And not that I tear Republicans down that often anymore, but oh my God. That ain't the platform, guys. I don't know. Rokfin's really the only true speech platform. People keep telling me Rumble is, but I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm so algorithmically suppressed on Rumble. They should just call it the Jimmy Dore Kim Iverson Russell Brand channel because that's all I ever see over there. I honestly don't watch anything on Rumble. Most of it I can find on Rokfin, and I always support Rokfin first. So I don't know, Rumble. Please get better about putting people's shit in the algorithm. Please, 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 please. Stop suppressing people. Okay, let's get started with this day in history. Like I told you guys, I got a pretty big dick. Oz, you're so funny. Oz came in and altered my deck this morning. So on this day in history, we had 19-year-old assassin pulls the trigger and starts World War I. Of course, that was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife while they were in a car. Yeah, right. Just kind of crazy that the Treaty of Versailles was signed at the Palace of Versailles, ending World War I just a few years later. So 1914 it starts, it officially ends 1919. Isn't it crazy? It ended on the same day that it officially started. Not to be left out, Queen Victoria, 1838, was crowned Queen of the United Kingdom and and Great Britain. And notorious American bank robber John Dillinger was born. Dillinger, people love Dillinger, right? Johnny Depp did such a great job of playing Dillinger. Whether that show was factually, historically correct or not, I still loved it. And yeah. We got some birthdays here. Look at all these birthdays. Of course, it's DARPA boy himself's birthday. Make sure you tweet him out and tell him that his platform sucks. And Henry VIII was born on this day. Imagine that. The one that killed all his wives and, and went after the church, started his own church so he could get a divorce. I mean, the stories about him are insane. And then you got Greer. It's Greer's birthday. Of course, he is the whistleblower aliens guy, but he's out there telling everybody that no, this is our tech, and don't be shocked when they tell us it's aliens. Kim did a really good interview with him not too long ago. I thought I don't know if I believe or buy everything he's selling, but it makes me wonder why people with academia will go out there and tell truths like this. So I don't know, whatever you think about it. And then not to be left out by the neo-lib John Cusack. Oh yeah. Remember when he was like, oh, I'm a liberal and I support free speech, but fuck Julian Assange. Yeah, that's right. That's why we call him out all the time. And I think we're officially blocked by John Cusack on Twitter, but that's what happens when you call him out, right? I won't even watch any of his work. And I've always been a huge Cusack fan. Huge, 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 huge. My whole entire life. I mean, Say Anything, freaking, what was the one, $2, Better Off Dead. Like, I have followed his career my whole entire life. Grosse Point Blank. I mean, he's done some great work, but stop opening your mouth, Hollywood stars, because all you do is turn the people off who support you. Because I don't really care for your political opinions. I'm trying to find my other mouse. There we go. How are we doing? DC, good morning. Fred Edwards, I see you, Fred. Sobi, welcome, Sobi. I got suspended from Truth Social for probably posting vaccine information. That's funny. Snorky's hanging out. Of course, Amber, you guys check out Amber's new show. Amber's got a new show. I let me go look at it. I never can remember what the name is. I have to go look it up. She gave it some crazy academia name. It is called the Technocratic Pantopic Sports with Dr. Maria DiSalvo. So is that tonight? That's tonight at 6 p.m. Guys, go check that out. It's going to be on Roar Media. Of course, you can find that on the Rokfin. And let's see if I can get back to my show now. Oh, yeah, I probably can. Oh, there we go. Easy enough. There we go. Definitely. Yeah, I can never, I get it in my head, then I lose it every time. Like, damn. We need to shorten it. We need an acronym for that, Amber. I need an acronym. Let's shout out the YouTubes while we're sitting here. Go Start. Good morning. My mom's birthday was yesterday, so I'm banned on Facebook. I stalked everyone with her account. That's terrible. Janice, welcome. Yes, he had great movies in the past. His sister is funny. I love Joan Cusack. I think Joan is hilarious too. I guess when you grow up in Hollywood, that's all you know, right? That's all they know. Rat Angel, you made it this morning. Good morning, good day. Whatever time of the day it is to you, go Start. And Snow Leopard was first in today. Glad to see you. Kate, I hope you have a safe trip. And of course, Anthony. Yeah, we're starting slow today for sure. Let's see what's going on over at the Rumble. Nothing going on at the Rumble. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine too. We'll just keep moving. Okay, we got a lot of crap to cover. So this one came from Rob Snyder. Without one American voting for it, the Biden administration has given away more billions of U.S. tax dollars to continue the Ukraine war that has killed over 350,000 Ukrainians. But keep voting for war and continue to support the military-industrial complex. Oh, guess what? We're giving Ukraine more money.
I just have one piece of brief news at the top before we get to questions. Today, the Biden-Harris administration is announcing a new security assistance package for Ukraine as we continue to stand with the people of Ukraine as they defend themselves from Russia's brutal invasion. This package includes key capabilities that will support Ukraine's counteroffensive operations, such as mine clearing equipment, armored vehicles, and artillery rounds. It will also strengthen air defenses to help Ukraine protect its people from rocket attacks and provide Ukraine with additional anti-armor systems and ammunition for the HIMARS rocket systems that Ukraine is using so effectively on the battlefield. This is the 41st drawdown of equipment from the DoD inventories using presidential drawdown authorities for Ukraine that Congress approved last year with strong bipartisan support. And as President Biden told President Zelensky on Sunday, we continue to support Ukraine as it defends its sovereignty and territorial integrity from Russian aggression.
Yeah, bipartisan support, guys. You passed this last year. We're just going to keep giving them money, keep giving them. I mean, we've got bridges collapsing, people living on the streets, a broken healthcare system, people literally dying because they're starving or they can't get their medication. And yeah, let's give Ukraine some more money. Y'all, there is a video out there that Oz sent me yesterday. Oh my God. You talk about the meat grinder. You guys know I will bring you the war porn. This one was so bad I couldn't even bring it. I mean, I maybe can cut a little bit out for Uncensored on Friday, but it is a group of Ukrainian soldiers in a Russian minefield with their tank. They're all blown up. Their legs are blown up. It's the most insane shit. And of course, All of the platforms were blocking it when I was trying to move it yesterday. So they don't want you to see. U.S. imperialism doesn't want you to see that is a fucking meat grinder, and we're just sending Ukrainians off to their deaths all day, every day, all day, every day. Here's another gun. Here's another soldier. Here's another gun. Here's another soldier. Here's another tank. Here's another soldier. That's all we're doing. How long till it's our men and women over there getting put into that meat grinder? Because they seem to just want to throw everything they got at it, right? That's exactly what the Biden administration and these fucking war hawks, that's what they want in the military industrial complex. It's great for business. It is great for business. Yeah, I know. Everybody was running late this morning. AM wake up. We had convo on. I don't worry about it. I love you guys. You guys will come watch me in the replay. I know that. Like, I am just here for you. And I appreciate it. So you guys didn't miss much. We talked about censorship because, of course, I got Twitter beat the other day, and Facebook's doing it too. So careful out there. State your opinions, but try to do it. Don't self-censor. Don't self-censor. I never self-censor. If I have to hold something back because I know that I'm not allowed to say it somewhere I am, you better bet your ass I'm saying it somewhere else. That's why I have Uncensored, or rephrase it. Rephrase it in a sarcastic, snarky, that's what I've been learning to do. Like, call it out, but don't blatantly call it out, right? Hey, Denver, good morning. Great for business. We get to pay the world-class military as we demilitarize ourselves. Yeah, for sure. This article was fucking crazy. Oh, Amber sent me an article. Gray Zone, of course. Anything Gray Zone does. Aboard the gravy train, an independent audit of the U.S. funding of Ukraine. Ooh, Amber, this does look good. Who wrote it? Heather. And okay, good. Max. Okay. I will definitely read that after the show. It'll probably end up on Friday's show if there's anything worth telling you guys. I appreciate it. Good morning, Yona. I know, Yona, I need to smoke. I don't smoke in the morning before my shows. I only smoke on Saturday nights. I'm kind of a night smoker because I just get too forgetful to pull off a show for you guys if I'm too ripped. At least I'm aware of it. The Land of Oz taking it down too. Let's see. Is it Anya? Anya Parpilla? I can never say her name. You guys, I'm so terrible with names. I need to take some kind of course on how to enunciate. I swear to God, I don't know. Anyways, Americans should be surprised to learn that their taxpayers' support for Ukraine includes $4.5 billion to pay off Kiev's sovereign debt. Oh, that was so nice of us. I wish somebody come pay off my debt. $4.48 billion directly pilfered from our Social Security Administration. Millions sent to private equity funds. Incredible research at Heather Kaiser, Washington, and Boom said the Land of Oz the Boomer says, "Hey boomers, you good with this? $4.48 billion directly pilfered from our Social Security Administrations for rich man's war." Yeah, shame on them. That's so gross. And does anybody know? Does the public know? Fuck no. Because if they did, they'd be losing their shit. That's Social Security is the one battle war cry that really does kind of go across, is bipartisan because people want paid what they paid in, right? But it doesn't sound like it's going to be there when I age out, and definitely not there when my kids age out for sure. Oh, I got an update on Hunter. We're heading home. Yay. Hunter's getting out of the hospital, guys. Of course, that is my granddaughter. She just had an appendectomy. She's been in the hospital since Saturday. So it's good. It's been a lot of stress on the whole family. My poor daughter, she's taking time off work to be there at the hospital with her baby, and I've got a flat tire, so I can't be there to help out. It's been a bad week. It's been a hard week. Caught up. Yona, I really like your new little picture for your icon. That's super cute. Okay, let's talk about. Let's see, what is this? Oh, Zelensky. The State Department doesn't fucking know that Zelensky canceled their elections. Are you shitting me? Come on. This guy, either he's the stupidest or he's really good at playing dumb. Let's check it out. So how wasn't this douchebag aware that Zelensky canceled the 2024 elections in Ukraine? If Putin did that to the State Department, we call Putin an authoritarian dictator. Yeah, authoritarian dictator.
I'll come back to you. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Why are these so
Vice
quiet?
President Volodymyr Zelensky has announced that he will not be holding presidential elections in 2024 if martial law is still instated. Does the U.S. support this decision?
I have not seen that announcement. I want to look at the specifics of it.
Чи будуть в Україні наступного року вибори?
Це ж питання
This is a
глобальне.
global
Якщо ми
question.
переможемо,
If we win,
то
there will
будуть.
be.
Значить, не буде військового
So there will
часу.
be no
Не буде
wartime
війни.
martial law, no
Вибори
war.
повинні
Elections should be
проходити,
held in peacetime when
у
there's no
час-
war,
в
according
мирний
to
час,
the
коли
law.
немає війни, згідно законодавства. І тому,
And that's why this is so.
тому це так.
They really are killing it at the gray zone, but come on. I reported that shit to you guys on Monday. On Monday, you're telling me on Tuesday afternoon that State Department rep, talking head, we see him all the time. I can't remember his name. You know, they all become a blur of propagandas to me after a while. But come on. If we knew in the fucking trailer park, why didn't you know in the State Department? Your card on the right is a typo. I mean, it's written trailer. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Yeah, I see it. It got 2 L's instead of an I. We can fix it, but I'm not going to bother. I'll fix it tomorrow. But thank you. Those happen all the time just because I'm going fast and I don't know, they happen. But I will fix it. Thank you for pointing it out. Majority of Americans support increasing U.S. military presence near Taiwan to combat China's threat, poll. Yeah, do you guys? So majority also support increasing the arms shipment to the island nation. Fuck, why not? Why not, guys? We're giving Ukraine so much. Why don't we just load Taiwan down too? Come on, can we just get this fucking party started? I mean, we're did you guys hear the propaganda? And I didn't bring it because I don't like to spread propaganda. I will show you propaganda, but I don't like to spread it. So right now, all these fucking TikTokers are out there. Ozzy Boomer made it. They're out there posting videos about this fucking submarine that Russia's got. That's the mega tsunami maker. It's like the ultimate weapon, and it's missing. It's like it moved out of port, and they don't know where it is. I mean, to me, this is propaganda, right? But they say that it has the ability to completely annihilate a coastal city. Yeah. Okay. Just like, yeah, okay. Let's just go to war already. So you guys, this was weird. I spent 2 hours tracking this shit down yesterday. Did you see this? There was mass flights canceled yesterday. We had mass flights in the air yesterday that were being refueled. You know how they do that? I can't even remember. I didn't even smoke pot this morning and I can't remember. They do the in-air refueling. There was a bunch of planes having that done. People were posting videos all over. There was people screaming about their flights being canceled and delayed. And there was reports that a Russian plane was inbound to DC is why they had stopped all of DC's air traffic. But then there was people saying, no. All they did was they needed to update the software at the air traffic control. So that's why they had to take it down and cancel all the flights for a while. We're like, what? And then somebody was like, oh no, they're doing military drills on how to refuel these planes. It was already planned. They told us about it a while ago. But it looks like the fact of the matter, and I'll play this clip and then I'll tell you what I really think it was.
Breaking news, guys, on June 27th, 2023, time is 11:39 a.m. Eastern Time. We have a Russian airplane going towards Washington, D.C., and I believe they are going to have an international meeting.
Why all these flights have been canceled today?
Here's the video.
You see people on TikTok all over the internet talking about how their flights are canceled, how they haven't left. Oh, because of bad weather? Really? The skies look pretty clear. I mean, they're gray, but that's a normal day here. But here's your real reason. Something they never tell you. The truth.
Yeah, it was that whole situation was weird, tracking it down in real time. So this is what it was. So apparently Russia had diplomats who had worked at the embassy for 3 years, and it was time for their assignments to end and go home. So Russia supposedly sent a plane to pick up their diplomats. But there's a lot of people out there saying that they kicked all of the Russian diplomats out of the country. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I did see it from somebody who lives in DC that they walked up to the embassy. It was staffed. There was people there. It is open on Wisconsin Avenue. So it doesn't sound like they kicked everybody out of the country. Maybe it smells like BS, right? Thank you. The whole thing smelled like BS to me. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. But some people are saying that they were having some kind of meeting, that there was a Russian meeting going on. So, I mean, even if it was a Russian meeting, a diplomatic meeting, maybe they were talking, who knows? Maybe they're talking peace. I kind of doubt that, but who knows? I will keep an eye on it if I come up with any more information for you guys. I definitely don't buy the cover stories that we were told on this one. Yeah, they're updating the software. I mean, to take all the air traffic down in DC for a couple of hours yesterday, that's kind of crazy. Denver says yes, qual and all that, but them RNAs is something else by comparison. Oh, yeah, for sure. Did you guys see the mainstream media on this? Putin appears to be his weakest in decades. Yeah, you wish. Richie Medhurst says so much cringe. When it suits the press, Putin is sinister and rules Russia with an iron fist. Today, he is suddenly weak for not responding with force. Hello, bullshit department. We have an emergency. Yes, the Russian president responds to the insurrection so contrary to everything he stands for. I did watch those yesterday. Of course, I retweeted them out the day before. And you know what? I see that as a real leader. I mean, if he's being sincere and legit, that's a real leader. He's willing to talk to the opposition, say, okay, this was really bad, guys, but hey, I'm going to give you a contract. This is what we'll do. You guys can go listen to Fee. Fee just did a great breakdown of what the hell actually happened in Russia over the week. And I'm going to trust Fee before I trust anybody. I want to hear from the people on the ground there, people who are in the know, and Fee is in the know. So if you didn't catch Convo Couch this morning, definitely go rewatch after you're done here. This one, I'm not being mean, guys. I'm not being mean. But did you see Harris's California house caught on fire? Quick, what was it? Give me your top 3 reasons why her house burned. I'm going to say she had classified documents. I'm going to say insurance scam. I'm going to say I had a really good one yesterday and now I forgot it. But this is my favorite thing. Remember when she said this shit? She said this. I just wish that fire trucks were school buses. I love school buses, and fire trucks are a close second, but they're not yellow like yellow school buses is. I remember bringing that report like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Like, what the fuck is she talking about? Yeah. So let's check it out. Let's see it burn. We don't need no water. Oh yeah, it was a gas stove. It was a gas stove. It was the gas stove, guys. Fucking gas stoves. They're so dangerous. Maybe she was storing papers for Hillary. Just saying. Maybe. You never know. Did she have her own private server? There's questions, man. There's questions. But I don't see anybody really reporting on this or talking about it. I just thought it was hilarious. You know what? Yet again, I don't have my chin light on. You guys want to watch the magic? Watch the magic. It's so much better when it's on, isn't it? My lights are all jacked up. It's been a crazy week. See that? I actually put makeup on it because it was so bad. It's black, but I pinched myself with the hose. I went to grab the hose and I beat myself, man. She had boxes. Yeah, I bet she did have boxes. We don't need no water. Let that mother effer burn, right? Flammable. I didn't know bullshit was flammable. 100% flammable. People are like, is that the vice president house? Like, no, that's not the vice president house. I think that's her house in California. That's what I'm guessing anyway. So she was toasting hot dogs on her couch. Yeah, we know. We know. Oh, guess what, guys? There's another whistleblower. Did you see this? No, because they don't want you to see this. Breaking, a second IRS whistleblower has come forward collaborating Gary Shapley's claim that David Weiss was not allowed to make decisions about the Hunter Biden case. What? No way. An official not allowed to make decisions and taking orders from the top down authoritarian style? Not in America.
Well, breaking, another whistleblower is sounding the alarm in the Hunter Biden tax probe, claiming U.S. Attorney David Weiss was not making decisions and was not really in charge. That validates what we have already heard from Gary Shapley, the whistleblower who has gone public. David Spunt is live at the Justice Department with the latest. David, what do we know about this second whistleblower?
Trace, not much. We just know his name is Mr. X. Of course, it's not his real name, but he wants to be anonymous. He told congressional staff last month he became emotional after seeing the way that this probe was handled from the beginning. Mr. X worked under the more publicized whistleblower Gary Shapley, and a letter released last week, Mr. X says it was clear to him that Trump-appointed U.S. Attorney David Weiss was not running the probe. Quote, he had to follow the normal process. He had to go to Washington, D.C., the U.S. Attorney's Office, them saying no. So he really wasn't in charge. He had to follow the process, end quote. But just 3 weeks ago, Trace, Weiss wrote and signed a letter addressed to House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan. We obtained a copy. It reads in part, I want to make clear that as the Attorney General has stated, I have been granted ultimate authority over this matter, including responsibility for deciding where, when, and whether to file charges. Now, given the discrepancy between what Weiss allegedly said in the meeting and what he wrote in the letter, House Republicans want to hear from him and others in his office under oath.
We want to talk to David Weiss, the U.S. attorney. We want to get the answers, and the way you do that is to talk to these attorneys who handled this case.
Attorney General Merrick Garland has denied blocking Weiss from investigating. The story continues on Capitol Hill and in the courts. Trace.
Back to you as the news warrants. David Spunt live for us in D.C. David, thank you. Sandra.
All right, Trace, thank you.
Oh, okay, so come on, like Garland has any power either. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, I didn't take no power from him because you ain't got no power to be taken. I mean, come on. It's one big club. It's one big club, and they don't prosecute each other. They protect each other, and that is exactly what we're going to see from Hunter Biden and the big guy, right? It's going to take the Republicans taking power back and then 2 years into it before there's even fucking probably probes into this shit, and then it'll just go away like it always does. Hillary Clinton. I mean, we could go back so many years to all of the scandals that have just been swept under the rugs. Right, we could go back to Hillary Clinton and Whitewater, right? I mean, there's so many. Copeland Morris, happy Wednesday, Shanda. Love your show. Oh, thank you, Copeland. You guys are so great at sending me encouraging messages. You know, some days I'm like, I'm just a girl in a trailer park. Why am I still here? And then somebody will send me a message and say, I love what you do. Thank you. You know, you inspire me every day. It's like, I'm never used to that. I've never had that as a girl who worked in a convenience store and lives in a trailer park. I've never had that. So I appreciate it. You guys, that's the wind under my wings, man. You guys keep me going with the love and admiration you send me. So thank you so much, Copeland. Republicans suck too. Let us never forget. So yeah, Republicans declare banning universal free school meals as a 2024 priority. Of course they fucking do. Because fuck those little kids. They can starve. And if you're a socialist, stay the fuck out of Florida.
Senator Rick Scott here. Let me give you a travel warning. If you're a socialist, communist, somebody that believes in big government, I would think twice. Think twice if you're thinking about taking a vacation or moving to Florida. We're the free state of Florida. We actually don't believe in socialism. We actually know people, and some people in our state lived under it. We know people lived under socialism. It's not good.
That wasn't
it's not
real
good for
socialism,
anybody.
dumbass.
So if you're thinking about it, if you think about coming to Florida and you're a socialist or communist, think twice. We like freedom, liberty, capitalism, things like that.
authoritarianism, fascists, like we like stuff like that, bigots. Florida, gosh, you guys, come on, shake these assholes off. You guys have got the worst case of roaches of any state. You need to do something about your roach problem and start with the king roach right there. You got a couple of king roaches hanging out that need to be gone, man. Not that I look at going and hanging out in Florida, but fuck, come on. Oh, and the whole banning of school lunches, that just fucking repulses me. Okay, so what was the first thing Trump did when he got into office? His very first day of being president, he cut Meals on fucking Wheels. Did you see the Democrats reinstate that their first day in office? Fuck no. Fuck no. I've heard nobody even talk about Meals on Wheels. And, so the seniors can starve and the little kids can starve. And like I've said, I am on the Joe Biden inflation diet and I've lost 12 pounds. It's working out great, but I'm afraid that it's not going to be very healthy for me at the end of the day. But I know I'm not the only one, guys. I'm not the only one who's not just living paycheck to paycheck. I'm living day to day. It's a survival game at this point for so many of us in this country. I know it because I'm living it in real fucking time. So yeah, cut food to little kids, you evil bitch. Do it. But, Democrats will do the same thing. That's why, it's equal for me when my disgust at the uniparty is equal. People are like, why don't you attack the Republicans? I do. Where have you been? Why don't you? You obviously don't pay attention to my shit if you think I don't attack Republicans. You're not paying attention. I attack them all. And let's hear from Glenn. I've got a question. Why is there a Rolling Stone icon up in the corner of this? Did he do an episode of Rolling Stone? I mean, I love Glenn and I'll watch System Update, but I will not support Rolling Stone and their bullshit. Let's hear from Glenn about how terrible Dems are.
By far, the number one villain is Rick Snyder, who's now being embraced by the Biden campaign as somebody whose endorsement they're proud to have. Right. And that is just, it's the reason why liberals are so repulsive. They don't have any fixed beliefs. They weaponize everything cynically. Yeah. And they're so transparent about it. And then at the same time, so sanctimonious about who they are. Right? Like, I remember like Lee Atwater, who of course was like a scumbag political operative, kind of like reveled in the fact that that's what he was, right? Like Roger Stone is sort of the same way. Like they're totally amoral scumbags, but they kind of admit it. They don't really pretend otherwise. Liberals are exactly the same. They have zero principles. They weaponize everything against their enemies and then ignore and give license to whoever's on their side. But then at the same time are so self-righteous about who they are. And that's what makes them uniquely repulsive.
Exactly. They embrace it. Their hypocrisy is just insane. Rules for thee, rules for thee, not for me. And Jilly, yes, Rolling Stone used to be awesome. It's a corporate propaganda mag now. And it is, right? And we saw that when they kind of went after Matt Taibbi. Remember when I used to love watching Matt and Katie when they were over on Rolling Stone back in the Bernie days, because, hey, we were actually getting some truths out in the mainstream media. But, oh, gosh, they have gone so bad since 2020. So bad. I mean, I spend time spamming them, according to Twitter, right? Because we're all spammers now. Good morning, Combo Couch. Good to see you in the chat. Pasta, we doing a show tomorrow? Please type yes. Okay, so did you guys see this shit? Nancy Pelosi wants term limits. Do you believe that? I don't believe that.
Here we have a body chosen for life, never have to run for office, nominated, confirmed for life, with no accountability for their ethics behavior. 30% seems high.
Do you think that there should be changes, reforms to the Supreme Court, term limits, an expansion?
But there certainly should be term limits. There certainly be term limits.
Certainly.
And if nothing else, there should be some ethical rules that would be followed. But there certainly should be term limits.
There certainly should be term limits.
You have some nerve. Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi was elected in a special election in 1987.
In 1987.
It's been 84 years. There certainly should be term limits.
Thank you very much, Sally. I, too, want to commend you for this full room of women in government relations.
Certainly should be term limits.
Hard to get up.
Certainly should be term limits.
But she's an old lady. I mean, look at her. She's old. She's too old.
It's true. So true.
Crazy Nancy Pelosi. She's crazy
Okay,
as a
Pasta.
bedbug.
She's crazy as a bed bug. There you are. Nancy wants at least ethical rules, if not term limits. Yeah. Ethical rules like no insider trading. That would be a good fucking start, wouldn't it? yeah, for sure. Okay, Pasta, we're on for tomorrow. So Trailer Park Pundit with co-host Craig Pasta Jardula, same time tomorrow. I gotta find me some content for us to talk about. Now, Pasta, I stole this clip from you. I did, because it is the most revolting, stupidest shit Trump has ever said, and we have to talk about it. Because, Democrats aren't the only ones that are disgusting.
Made them competitive. Today, I'm announcing a new plan to protect the integrity of our immigration system. Federal law prohibits the entry of communists and totalitarians into the United States. But my question is, what do we do with the ones that are already here that grew up in it?
That
I
grew
think
up
we have
here.
to pass a new law for them. Using federal law in Section 212F of the Immigration and Nationality Act, I will order my government to deny entry to all communists and all Marxists. Those who come to and join our country must love our country. We want them to love our country. We don't want them when they want to destroy our country. Welcome to America. We want to destroy your country. Thank you very much. So we're going to keep foreign Christian-hating communists, Marxists, and socialists out of America. We're keeping them out of America.
And Florida, apparently. So gross. And I love when he says, I will instruct my government, because it's his government and his government alone. As we came into the beginning of this race, I was like, well, if I have to go between Biden and Trump, I guess I would have to choose Trump. But no, I take that back. I will not. I cannot vote for any of these people. I will not vote for evil. I do not vote for evil. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over. And, I saw something. What was it? Oh, yeah. Her talking to a press secretary, Pelosi talking to a former press secretary. If we had ethical rules, Jen Psaki wouldn't be working for the fucking media right now. None of them would be, right? I mean, these hand in hand just move from one to the other. If I don't go be a lobbyist for some big corporation, I'll go be a media head for, some big talking media corporation. That's the reality of what we live under. And I don't know how Trump thinks he's going to get anywhere with this kind of rhetoric. I mean, I think a lot less people are buying that shit, right? I mean, I hope, I really do. And then to say, what are we going to do about the kids that grew up here? They grew up here. they're American. Knock it off. I hope, guys. You know what? There is a fucking asteroid hurling at us right now, the size of 10 buses, and it's going to pass the Earth at 26,000 miles per hour sometime today. And it's roughly 9 times the speed of sound as it goes by. I don't think it's going to be big enough to see with the blind eye, but there is one coming in the next 6 years that we are going to be able to see with the blind eye. That's how close it's going to pass to Earth as it swings back around. But if that doesn't get us, good news. Oz let me know that a super volcano is on the verge of eruption and could spark massive extinction and nuclear winter. I want to say this is in Naples. I have an article somewhere. Yeah, the super volcano in Italy could erupt and cause massive extinction, obliterate crops, and spark mass evacuations of nearby communities. Scientists have warned. It's southern Italy. it's becoming weaker and more prone to bust through the top of that dome. It could erupt soon, a new study states. It would be the first time since 1538. 1538. When you go back in history, what was it? The year 536. The year 536, what is it? Krakatoa. Is that how you say it? It went off and we had nuclear winter, and they can actually go back and see it in the timeline, right? They can see it in the trees. They can see it in the sediment levels. They can see it by how many people died in the year 536. So this is absolutely 100% possible. Krakatoa. Yeah, do you see? Thank you. Yeah, this could absolutely happen. It's happened many times in the past, and something's got to give, guys. Something's got to give. Either the meteor or the super volcano. Something help us out here. Jeebus. Yes, 536 CE. CDC. I know my shit. I do. I do. I'm obsessed with history. I should be doing a history show, but current events always do lead to history eventually, right? It's kind of the way I look at it. And sometimes you can relate the two. Oh, Oz, vomit. Why'd you put this on my deck? What? No Anna licking her butt? Ugh, you should have put a picture of Anna Kasparian on there. Remember that terrible interview she did where she kissed her ass? Okay, so I don't know who Wendy R. Sherman is, but my dear friends, Madeleine Albright was passionate about empowering young women and girls. Okay. It is a great honor and a fitting tribute to her legacy that at the State Department is launching the Madeleine K. Albright Young Women's Leader Program to develop the next generation of women leaders. And Fiorel Isabel, always with Fee, says, welcome to the class, ladies. Your first lesson is to understand that though more than 500,000 Iraqi children died from U.S. involvement and UN sanctions, it's all worth it. As long as you have the mindset, you'll be a great woman imperialist. Congrats. Oh, so vomit worthy. So, I think you got another one here. Madeleine Albright. Yeah, 500,000 dead Iraqi kids. It was worth it. It was worth it. I looked at the evil woman burning in hell right now. Yeah, no shit. God. So gross. But like Hillary's teaching classes out there, these women have to pass on how to be a bigger war hawk than any man you've ever met, right? Because you got to act like you got bigger balls than every one of those men in that room. I am more scared of women in power than I ever will be of men. And that just comes from years of dealing with women power tripping. Come up against a woman cop. They have a hell of a lot less compassion for you than a man. Come up against a woman doctor. She will have a lot less compassion for you than a fucking man. I'm sorry, but that is the reality of it. And, being inside the Democratic Party, the first thing I was calling out is Hillary Clinton's a war hawk. Hillary Clinton's a war hawk. I even had to make the chair of our local Dem party admit, yeah, she is kind of a war hawk. So why are you voting for her? Anna Kasparian. Yeah. It was so gross. That was so gross. The pantsuit mafia. I came up against the pantsuit mafia. One time I was up at my local college doing voter registration. Anybody can do voter registration. You're literally just handing out a file, a piece of paper, right? In my state anyways. And Hillary for America showed up. Intentionally knew I was going to be there and fucking attacked us. They tore down our table. They were screaming at us. We did not have any party affiliation signs up. We're not allowed to, right? When you're doing voter registration, you have to be nonpartisan about it. That is the League of Women Voters rules. So we were playing by the rules, but oh no, not Pantsuit Nation, man. It was bad. The shit I have been through with our local Democrats it's been a nightmare. And I know I'm not the only one. People all over this country have talked to me about their local charters and how they're the same way. Why? Because it's top down. It comes from the DNC. It goes to the state charters. It goes to the local charters. That is how people the local Democrats, they're not in cahoots with the Democrats that you see on TV. The hell they aren't. They are too. Okay, so now I got a little special treat for us, guys. I spent a lot of time researching this yesterday. Of course, I know what it is, but I had never really taken a deep look into it. And that is a meritocracy. We are a meritocracy. Now, we talk about a lot of things, totalitarian state, autocratic, and, there's just so many things, fascist. But a meritocracy is a government or holding of power by people selected on the basis of their ability, right? So that is what we are here in America, capitalism. We all supposedly start out at the same starting line because of mobile ability, right? Upward mobility. You're supposed to be able to climb the ladder. If you work hard and you go to school and you get merited and accredited, then you will earn money, right? We've had politicians telling us this forever. This was one of Obama's things. This was one of Clinton's talking points is, yes, we're giving everybody equal opportunities in America. Everybody's got upward mobility. Just because you were born poor in a trailer park doesn't mean you have to stay poor in a trailer park. You can work hard and you can go to school and you can get an education to make money. That's what we're sold, right? So also a society governed by a meritocracy. Britain is a meritocracy, and anyone with skills and imagination may aspire to reach the highest level. A ruling or influential class of educated or skilled people. The relentless advance of the meritocracy. So there's a lot of people that like to talk about meritocracy, and this is, oh gosh, I just lost his name. Damn it. I'll find it for you. I know some of you know who he is. I'll find it before the clip is over. So this is at the Geneva Graduate Institute. He is from Harvard. So anytime, and this was sent to me by a good neo-lib friend of mine who I worked with for a long time. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, fuck this shit. I don't listen to anything that anybody from Harvard has to say. I know that merit is tyranny, so I don't give merit to academia, right? You guys hear me talk about the woes of academia all the fucking time, right? But the problem is we don't have representative government anymore because we live in a meritocracy. And what does that mean? Representative government. Representative governments means somebody like me representing and speaking for me, right? That's what our Congress is supposed to be. You elect somebody local that that's going to fight for you to get in there, and they're like you. They're fighting for the same values and the same things that you are, right? So let's hear this, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it.
It's important to broaden access to higher education to those who can't afford it. But it's also important to lower the stakes of the frenzied competition to get in. And this means investing more than we currently do, certainly than we do in the United States, in those forms of learning that most people rely on to prepare themselves for the world of work and of citizenship. Switzerland and Germany do better than we do in the Anglo-American world in promoting and funding and honoring vocational and technical training and apprenticeships. The failure of many of our societies to do this not only constricts economic opportunity for those who don't aspire to a university degree, it also reflects the meritocratic priorities, I would say the credentialist prejudices of those who govern. Because one expression of the age of meritocracy is that although 60 to 70% of our fellow citizens don't have a university diploma, very few who don't have a diploma now find their way to serve in the institutions of representative government. In the United States Congress, for example, 95% of the members of the House of Representatives and all senators have university degrees. Over half of the senators are lawyers, and many have advanced degrees. And Something similar is true in Britain and in European parliaments. The rising tide of credentialism has transformed the composition of representative government. In Britain, there's been a precipitous decline in the last 40 years in working class MPs who, in 1979, 41% of Labour MPs did not have a university degree. By 2017, only 16% did not have a university degree. And if you look at the percentage of working class members of parliament as a whole, only 4% in the UK. In Germany, France, the Netherlands, and Belgium, representative government has also become almost exclusively the preserve of the highly credentialed. Even in rich countries such as these, about 70% of the adult population does not have a university degree, but very few of them, only around 12 to 15% in these countries, find their way into parliament. This is not unprecedented, but it's more than a little troubling to notice that we've reverted to the way things were with representative government before most working people had the right to vote.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? When 2/3 of the United States people do not have a university degree, but yet 90 to 95% of our representative government does. And, this is a problem. This is a major fucking problem. They secure their children's future in academia. And so that way they get their merit and they're accredited, right? And our kids, the 2/3 that don't have those university degrees, we have to what? We have to take out $60,000, $70,000 worth of student loan and strap our kids with debt like that in order for them to get accredited, because you're told you're going to be paid based on what your merit is, right? And I find it very interesting that we have less representation for our people than we actually had before we could actually fucking vote. And that's what it comes down to. That is a great, the lady who introduced him, total neo-lib. I mean, and my question was, do the elite that he's giving this speech to understand what he's fucking saying? I highly doubt it. And if they do, they're just going to make it even more lopsided, right? The institutions. But after thinking about it all day, and this guy's name is Michael Sandels. That's right, Michael Sandels. I want to say he's been a big time Harvard, guy for a long time. But this is how COVID mandate happened, right? Because we gave all of that trust to those merited, accredited people, those institutions, those doctors, that's why this cognitive dissonance, comes, is because of a meritocracy. And yeah, there's some countries doing better, but it's the whole globe, guys. It's the whole globe. So yeah, if you're not merited, you're not getting anywhere. I just found that really interesting. And you know what? I'm going to share this speech so you guys can watch it in your free time and let me know what you think. Where's my Rokfin? There it is. Okay. It is over on the Rokfin if you want to find it. Oh, wrong keyboard. I always do that. I got too much stuff going on, man. Let's go back one slide. Yeah, here we go. And, the representative government that we do have is people like this, right? And that is Fetterman. So would you let him be your doctor, your mechanic, your pilot? Oh, how about your senator? Yeah. And let's get ready to mumble. Yeah, that's exactly it, right? That's your representative government. So basically you have taxation without representation. And that's the point I was trying to make. And right now, let's see, what do I got? Oh, between two lobes. This is a nice united spot. I should have saved this for B&B, but we need some funny on Wednesday too. So.
Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Between Two Earlobes. Introduce your guest. House drinker, huh?
That's right.
Bribing Joe, right? And when's the last time you were sober? When's the last time you sipped a shit? Did you need to take a vodka break, or did you need to keep your son out of prison? So is Paul like a carpenter? Or? So is Hunter like a criminal? Or? What's Paul's monthly budget on white underwear? What's Hunter's monthly budget on? So when did you get your start in insider trading? Can you tell us how you started earning 10%? and how did you become the wealthiest female politician in history? I my way to the top. My guest today is Donald Reagan. It's actually Trump. What? My last name is Trump. Call me Reagan. Yeah, whatever. So I heard you used to be the president. I still am president. Hey, I read somewhere that your thingy is like the size of a Tic Tac. Is that true? Yeah, that's why your wife's breath is so minty fresh. Oh. Welcome to the show, La Bamba. Thanks for having me. You look good. Thanks. It's like I'm looking in a mirror. Okay. It's like we're the same person. Yeah, I guess. So I heard Michelle likes to golf. Yeah, Michelle loves to golf. Does she choke up on her shaft? Yeah. And she keeps her balls clean? Oh, yeah. She's always washing her balls before she puts it in the hole. So Obamagate. Yeah? What was that like? Was it fun? I don't know, Joe. You tell me. So your name's AOC? What? How do you spell that? Can you use it in a sentence? So your name's AOC? Oh my gosh, how did you know? All right, oh my gosh, hang on. I think I'm dying. What's wrong? Are you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. It was just climate change. All right, so you're a bartender scientist, huh? Yeah, and I'm actually building an electric rocket that runs on alcohol. Wow, where are you gonna fly your rocket? To the sun? Duh. Oh man, Elon's gonna be so jealous. Yeah, he totally wants to date me. So, your name's Hunter? Yeah. How'd you get a name like Hunter? My parents? Does your dad go hunting a lot or something? Or Dad, it's me. Oh, honey, I didn't even recognize you. How you been? I haven't seen you in like 20 years. What are you talking about, Dad? I see you like every single day. You must have me confused with somebody else. I mean, I haven't talked to you in years. How could you say that? We talk about my business dealings on the phone like all the time. Let's go to commercial. Somebody get my lawyer on the phone. Welcome to the show, Ron. Thank you. Who said that? I did, you silly goose. Oh man, I didn't even see you down there. Hey, can we get Ron a booster seat? Hey, so what was it like on the set of The Wizard of Oz?
I didn't know he was short.
I heard that when you like run downstairs, you feel like you're skydiving. Is that true? No, that's not true. Is it true you played Frodo? No, I don't play Frodo. Says here your name is Adam. That right? Yep. Are you lying? No. So do you have any tips for anybody who wants to stay at the Standard Hotel?
Well, I suggest staying in room 11. You'll get crystal glass, and a bellboy named Anthony will bring you hot dogs and pasta.
So you like pasta and hot dogs, huh?
Come on, that was funny. United Spots always making us laugh. They struggle over there with being censored as much as anybody else. And yeah, make sure you give them a like and a follow. Support them if you can. I saw Oz dropped them a hot one the other day. Good job, Oz. Because you know what? We have been bringing their content for 3.5 years now. They've been making us laugh. And sometimes I don't always agree with them, but they get it. I think they get it. And yeah, let's look at these polls beyond quitting quietly. Poll finds 80% of workers are completely disengaged. No way. Past quiet quitters have become more and more vocal, and it's costing employers about $9 trillion globally. Oh, that because we're unhappy, unpaid, uninsured. Yeah, how dare we be upset about that? And if you've never ate one of these, I don't want to hear you say you started from the bottom. Yeah, exactly. the roasted bologna, and you got to put the slit in the middle so that way it doesn't curl up into a big bowl, right? Anybody who's fried some bologna knows that for sure. Chris Foster's in the house. So glad to see you, Chris. It's been a while. Death to Tyrants. Good to see you. Rob Juno's hanging out, and so is Marby Dog. Glad to see everybody filing in this morning. And we're just talking shit like we do every day. Let's see. I got a bunch of articles for you guys. I have a new website. My son sent it to me. It's called Hacker News, something like that, but I find a lot of good info on there. So let's start out with Ford to lay off workers as it focuses on electric vehicles. Now let's see if I can bring this article in real fast. Nations, wetlands, no. Microsoft, Ford, here we go. I have a lot of articles pulled up right now. We're going to get to all of them though. Okay, so let's check it out. So, of course, it's a CNN business because they are the ones to go to when you want to know what's going on in the world. Ford to lay off workers as it focuses on electrical vehicles. Let's see, what's the date on this? This was yesterday. Ford shifts to producing more electric vehicles. It's expected to lay off a number of employees, mostly engineers in North America, over the coming days. The company would not confirm any specific number of employees involved. This is related to Ford's growth plan we introduced in 2021. We have been increasingly implementing over the past year, said the Ford spokesman, T.R. Reid, in an email, delivering on the plan, including adjusting staff to match focus, priorities, and ambitions while raising quality and lowering costs. Ford has previously said it is also hiring in some areas, but it's not clear if these layoffs will result in overall reduction in the Ford's workforce in the United States and Canada. But I want to get to the part where it says Ford executives said in March that the company will lose $3 billion this year on sales of electric vehicles, but still expects to meet their profit target of $9 billion to $11 billion this year. It's also expected to begin earning profits on electrical vehicles soon. So, hey, we're laying off a bunch of people, but no worries. We're still on targets. We know our electric vehicles aren't selling. So if we decided to pivot and go to nothing but electrical vehicles, fucking joke. We live in a cartoon. This is insane. So yeah, there you go. CNN business. If you work for Ford, I've known people who've worked for Ford, and I feel for you guys. They're coming for your job. I don't know. I don't want an electric vehicle. My son bought one. He bought the Volt. My best friends had 2 fucking Priuses. They're all pieces of shit. They break down constantly. They have weird ticks. It's like having a glitchy computer, but you're trying to drive it down the fucking road. I drove, well, I went to go see the Shiptons. I drove my friend's Prius, to Tacoma. And we couldn't put it in reverse unless we would shut it off. I'd have to shut it off, then put it in reverse. The craziest shit. So yeah, just what you want. I mean, but that's where we're going. We're headed straight to nothing but electric. So good on Ford. I feel for people getting laid off. Try to get back to my deck here. We can get to the next slide. There we go. I think it's probably another article. Oh, no. Amber sent me this one, Miss Amber King. So isn't it ironic that Titanic will return to Netflix on July 1st? Never miss an opportunity to make some money, right? No, they're not going to at all. So, yeah, if you want to watch the prequel to Titanic 2, it's going to be on this month. Did you guys see this one? Gone. Anheuser-Busch fires pro-trans marketing executive who destroyed their brand. So Bud Light is no longer America's top beer following its anti-LGBTQ plus pushback. And they've fired 2 marketing executives who were placed on leave after destroying Bud Light's brand with their advertising campaign featuring Dylan Mulvaney. And yeah, you see Madero. Good. Madero grew. I guess everybody who was drinking Bud Light decided to switch over to Madero, which I've always liked that beer better anyways, but go woke, go broke. We kind of saw this one coming, but they did it very quietly, right? they were like, okay, we're just going to put you on leave and then you're out of here. So I wonder if Miller Lite's going to do that too. They want to reinforce their shit story. Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Are we talking about the Titanic or the beer? Either way. Exactly. Glitchy. Yes, driving those those cars are glitchy as Titanic 2 was crushing at the box office. Oh, Popeye, it was imploding. It imploded at the box office. I see Mick Wallace on my deck, Oz. You must have put some Mick on here for me. Thank you so much. Oz, of course, always helps me write these shows. I got to give you an executive producer credit on this show. So I wonder if Mick is one of those ones in the European Parliament that's in that 5% of not academia, right? The numbers we just heard. I would guess him and Claire probably are because they're so passionate about fighting for the people.
The damage to Ukraine is devastating. Towns and cities that endured for hundreds of years don't exist anymore. We must recognise that these towns, cities and surrounding lands were long been stolen by local oligarchs colluding with global financial capital. This theft quickened with the onset of the war in 2014. The pro-Western government opened the doors wide for massive structural adjustment and privatisation programmes spearheaded by the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, the IMF and the World Bank. Zelensky used the current war to concentrate power and accelerate the corporate fire sale. He banned opposition parties that were resisting deeply unpopular reforms to the laws restricting the sale of land to foreign investors.
Yep.
Over 3 million hectares of agricultural land are now owned by companies based in Western tax havens. Ukraine's mineral deposits alone are worth over $12 trillion. Western companies are licking their lips. What are the working class people of Ukraine dying for?
Oh, they cut his fucking mic, those bastards. They cut his mic. What are they dying for? Yeah, Zelensky is selling the Ukraine off from what we hear, man. Like Western interests are just in there buying it up, snatching it up, right? And we've said this since day one. I find Mike Wallace quite legendary. Me too, Catalytic. Me too. And that hair, it's like spun angel silk. You know, that stuff that, what is that called? Angel glass. They use it at Christmas time to put like figurines in it, you know, nativity. Oh, it's glorious. I can't help but go, God, make your hair so beautiful. For sure. Bad news, guys. I'm sorry to have to be the one to report this to you, but the fight has been canceled between Elon Musk and Zuckerberg. Elon's mommy pulls the plug on Dana White's UFC plan for her son and Mark Zuckerberg. Aww. And here I was going all team Zuck yesterday when I woke up and found out I was shut down on Twitter. I was like, yeah, I hope Zuck kicks your ass, motherfucker. But then I go over to Facebook this morning and find out Zuck's doing the same thing, throwing people in jail for no reason. Everybody, all these social media platforms get their fifis hurt, and you guys just got to be careful out there now because you drop the truth, you're going to go to jail. That's just the reality of it. So this was hype and bullshit anyways. I never bought that this was going to happen, but I did believe that Zuck could kick Musk's ass because, you know, we saw his Stay Puft ghostly marshmallow body not too long ago, and Zuck works out. So yeah, he probably was just scared. Like, yeah, you're right, Mom. I'll get my ass kicked. So there we go. I got another article for you. FedEx accused of the largest meter rollback fraud in the history with their used vans. What? No way. Here, let me go pull this article up. We'll see what this is all about. How shady. Are we shocked FedEx would do something fucking shady? I'm not shocked. That's how I see FedEx, right? I don't really use FedEx anymore. I guess I use UPS or USPS, right? Why is it not pulling up? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's see. Yeah. FedEx accused the largest odometer rollback in history. You need to get out of here, little thing. So once FedEx vans reach the end of their package delivery lives, they're resold and repurposed for a variety of purposes. Many of them are turned into food trucks because of their shape and boxy, because of their size and boxy shape, or they're perfect for a mobile kitchen. However, FedEx is facing lawsuits from selling such vans as it's being accused of the largest meter rollback fraud in history. The lawsuit accuses FedEx of replacing the odometers in many of its vans with the new ones that read 0, using the vans for a bit longer, and then selling them at auction with 100,000 miles or less on the odometer, which with such low indicated mileage, business owners were buying the vans for top dollars, thinking that they were buying a vehicle that was still pretty fresh. However, their real mileage was sometimes as much as 4 times what was on the odometer readout, thus leading to countless mechanical issues that would cost the customers far more money. In some cases, the issues would be so severe the vans were useless and the business went bust. And who is this hurting? Small mom and pops, immigrants. Those are the people that buy food trucks, right? Those are the people that are like, oh, I'm going to go to auction. I've saved up $50,000. I'm going to go get me a van. This is going to be my future. This is going to be an investment in my kids and and no, they're flat fucking lied to. You know, that's the first thing you look at when you buy a used vehicle, right? What's the mileage? What's the mileage? How much mileage has it got on it? Well, why even bother lying and saying they're at 100,000? You know, this is disgusting. But do I expect anything to happen? No. They'll probably get a fine, a slap on the wrist, and they'll just find another way to do it, right? So it looks like customers in California, Tennessee, New Jersey, Florida, and Virginia have all filed lawsuits. So I will keep an eye on this story, see if they actually get punished. We know they don't get punished, so I kind of doubt it, right? So gross. It's so gross, especially when you know how much the CEOs at FedEx are making, right? It's all going in their pocket, all that extra money. Oh, yeah, Wednesday. I'm like, am I on the right slide? Yeah, it's Wednesday. I never know what damn day it is anymore. What is this? Did I drop this or did Oz? Thomas Massey. Today, Biden announced $42 billion to get 8.5 million families broadband by 2030. Oh, yeah, I saw this broadband story. Come on, man. That's $4,941 per family to be taken from those families and other families in taxes. At Elon, Starlink can do it for just $59, $599 per family, and you don't have to wait 7 years. Jason B, make sure you're listening to him in the morning over on the Rokfins. I catch the second hour. Someone needs to explain to Massey Starlink is first and foremost a weapon system called hashtag Blackjack, hashtag DARPA, hashtag NASA. And let's see, Biden announces $42 billion to expand high-speed internet access. Yeah, let's see. It will be the centerpiece of his bipartisan infrastructure law. Oh, God, the Dems are never going to shut up over this one. Marked the largest ever federal push to help an estimated 8.5 million families and businesses. How is it going to help? They're just going to put the broadband out there, right? It's not like they're helping you get broadband or helping you pay for broadband. This is more of an infrastructure thing, right? 5G, 6G towers going up everywhere. That's what I see in this. That's what this means to me. And okay, does that speed internet access up for you? Maybe it does. But you know what else it does? It gets more people online so they can be tracked by who? The NSA, the government, the FBI, the CIA, whoever wants to track you can have access. So yeah, the intent is to get everybody online, and that's what they're doing. So, the Dems are not going to shut up about that one, though. I can already tell you. I already seen it. Like, nobody's talking about what Biden did for Wi-Fi. Like, oh my gosh. You guys will not stop. We know. Know your parasite. This is the Know Your Parasite slide. And guess who made it? Kyle Kulinski made it. Yes, he's a parasite. So he posted this yesterday and I saw it go up and then I saw a couple of people talk about it. And then I went back this morning and I looked at it and I looked at his whole entire feed. Dear God, he's got something seriously wrong with him. Bro, did you not see the latest video of Hunter Biden jacking off? Joe's finished, man. They released more footage of Hunter stoking his cock, bro. And there's another where he comes hard. And I saw one where he was getting sucked off. Trump's gonna win because Hunter was jerking off. And Kyle really thinks that this is the base of the opposition. He really thinks that, he just sweeps everybody up into the QAnon, group and then throws everybody in there. Go look at his feed. It's the most disgusting thing. Boy, how they have mighty have fallen, right? I mean, when I came into this space in 2016, Kyle Kulinski and Mike Figueredo, they were the ones doing it, man. They knew what they were talking about. They were out there. They were fighting back. And now they've got their fucking nose shoved so far up the Democratic ass's party, they probably can smell Nancy Pelosi's breath. They're getting paid. That's the only way I can say. Because they're not fucking stupid, guys. I listened to them for years. They understood the problems. But how they think the Democrats are going to fix these problems, it's delusional. It's 100% delusional. Delusional is one of those words you're not allowed to say on Twitter, just so you know. Don't say delusional. Don't say moron. Right? But I find him delusional moron for sure. I don't know. Crystal's warped his brain. Okay, we got to talk about NASA. Somebody made this compilation. It's called InShots of Program. Somebody made this compilation of NASA. They keep telling you that we can't leave low Earth orbit. Why? Why can't we leave low Earth orbit? If we've been to the moon as many times as you guys say, I don't understand.
But we're also really pushing the boundaries in terms of where we're going forward with exploration. I think humans are naturally driven to do this, and this is really the beginning, I think, of human beings leaving low Earth orbit. I certainly plan on being around to see that.
Radiation like this could harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
We only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually.
I'm kind of confused. How do we go to the moon if we can't get out of low Earth orbit? How do we get through the Van Allen radiation belt? And when they go and they ask our astronauts who went to the moon, what was it like going through the radiation belt? They go, I don't remember. I don't know. The Van Allen belt is the weakest over Panama. Oh, good to know, Yona. So do they fly out of Panama then? I got questions. They're reasonable questions. Until we get some answers, I'm not going to understand what the hell is truly going on. And I don't understand. Why is it we can't go back to the moon? Why is it that we've lost all of that technology that took us to the moon? Why is it that it took them so long to roll out the technology to the public that they supposedly used to take to the moon? And I'm not saying we didn't go to the moon. I am just saying that I don't understand why we could in the late 60s and early 70s, but now all of a sudden we can't, and we haven't been able to since then. I got questions. Just like, what the fuck is in Antarctica? What is in Antarctica, guys? What is there? Because there's a lot of stories that say there's some crazy shit there. Maybe I'll cover that on Friday's show. Yeah, we'll go uncensored Antarctica, because I've been coming across some really good docs on that. You know, Bird went down there after World War II, came back and said, don't go there. There's no point in going there. Like, okay. But after he tells a crazy story of going into hollow earth and going into a whole new dimension, I don't know. Isn't that odd, DC? It's so odd. There's so many odd questions when it comes to that shit, you know? Yeah, it was a talking point. It was. I'll give you that. The Van Allen talking point. Another talking point is they want us to be totally prepared for the next pandemic, guys. And Matt Hancock calls for faster and more harsh lockdowns and restrictions during future pandemics. This comes from the man who, on the same day that he told UK citizens to stay 2 meters apart, attended a party and drank wine and cheated on his wife. How do they know he cheated on his wife? Is there video? There's probably video, right? I don't know.
I am profoundly sorry for the impact that had. I'm profoundly sorry for each death that has occurred. And I also understand why, for some, it will be hard to take that apology from me. I understand that. I get it. But it is honest and heartfelt. And I'm not very good at talking about my emotions and how I feel. But that is honest and true. And all I can do is ensure that this inquiry gets to the bottom of it, and that for the future we learn the right lessons so that we stop a pandemic in its tracks much, much earlier, and that we have the systems in place ready to do that. Because I'm worried that they're being dismantled as we speak.
Well, we'll come to that.
They're being dismantled. They are not being dismantled. They're quite not being dismantled. It's quite the opposite. Yeah, to all my friends across the pond, and I know you guys are out there. I have quite a few of you that listen, and I just gotta say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you guys have stupid ass hats like this too. Ugh. It's not just a U.S. thing. It is a global thing, isn't it? Gregory Walker, Shandog. We can't go to the moon because the Nephilim are buried there. No doubt the Nephilim. Don't even get me started on the Nephilim, guys. Don't even. Now, they sent the 4 archangels and locked them deep in the earth, right? And then the fallen angels that they cast to the earth, those bred with the women, and that's how we got the Nephilim. So how'd they get to the moon? I'm confused. Were the Nephilim here, or were they always on the moon? I don't know. Such a crazy world we live in, right? The amount of information that's out there and that you have to weed through daily. Jax, I hope you're out there sunning yourself in Mexico. Jax says, let's see. The New York Times says, breaking news, Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide. The Justice Department confirmed on Tuesday. An Inspector General report pointed out to the negligence and mismanagement of the jail that housed him. It was the guards. It was the guards, guys. And Jack says, who do you think is buying this bullshit? Yeah. I was in a meeting or something the other day when this popped up, and I was like, guess what, guys? Epstein committed suicide. Like, come on. Yes, Epstein committed suicide. It is official fact now. It is an official fact, right? But I love how Billy Barr, in his book, he says that the day that he got the phone call that Epstein had killed himself, his first thought was, he didn't ask, how did he die? What happened? Oh, no, everybody's going to think it's a conspiracy theory. Probably because you guys had planned it out, and that's what it is. But let's talk about Billy Gates, since you can't talk about Epstein without Bill Gates. Microsoft wants to move Windows fully to the cloud. A new Microsoft internal presentation reveals that the company's long-term goal for Windows is to move it onto the cloud. What does that mean? That means it's so their new rollout. Let's see, I can close the Ford one. I already read that. Trying to find the article. Here we go. So it's called Windows 360, 365, and this is going to be the new future operating system. And for one, it'll shore up Windows commercial value. Yeah, because they need that, right? So stupid. Windows, let's see. They're pushing for a broader AI for Windows. Microsoft is also working with AMD. I have AMD. I do like AMD and Intel to enable more Windows features on the next gen CPUs. And that has been the fucking problem. We set me up with the new Windows, and none of the programs that we need to run our streams would integrate. We had such serious problems with Microsoft Windows that I literally had to take my super beautiful, expensive baby in and have Windows pulled off and have 10 Pro put on it. So that way I could actually stream to you guys. That's how bad of problems there is with Windows. But what does it look like when your whole entire Windows operating system is on the cloud? Well, that looks like they have complete 100% access to anything and everything that you're doing. Not that they don't already, but I mean, anything that you had stashed, they can now get to is what I see with this. And they'll probably be able to charge you more money for it, right? What a life Gates has. Poor guy. Poor guy. Let's see. When people ask me when I never go out, I can't relate to 99% of humanity. Sometimes I feel like that. And my favorite fashion style is called, I wasn't planning on getting out of the car. Oh, I do that all the time. Okay, I'll take you to town, but I ain't getting out of the car. Right? There's some in there. I'm happy with Windows 10. I am happy with Windows 10 too. Also gamer. Windows 11. What a fucking joke it's been. What a joke. What a nightmare. It just locked all my stuff up. Like I kept glitching out. Everything kept crashing. Yeah. And that seems to be the way it's always been for Windows, right? And they roll out their new shit. It's always full of bugs, and it needs patches and fixed. And Yeah, until they get that shit fixed, I'm just not even going there, right? And that's why Amber and Franklin would tell you, move to Linux, right? Move to Linux. Your iOS here, yeah, for sure. Sorry, what did I miss? Hancock caused me to throw up in my dinner. Yeah, Chris, I'm so sorry for you guys. You guys have the shit asses just like we do. So we have a new rule at the Grammys. Have you heard this? No AI.
There are new rules at the Grammys with the brave new world of artificial intelligence in mind. The Recording Academy says only human creators are eligible for an award. However, not all AI is banned. A human just has to contribute content that is, quote, meaningful and relevant, however that's measured.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, there's a lot of artists right now. Oh, okay, there's a lot of stars that are selling their image. Did I bring that report? Maybe I did. They're selling their image, so they don't even have to show up. Like Justin Bieber, AI can sing his voice, can write his songs, and produce a new video and put it out, and Bieber doesn't even have to show up. So a lot of these stars are already getting into contracts where they're doing that. Go watch the new season of Black Mirror. The first episode with Selma Hayek kind of touches on that, where they can sell their likeness, their voice. Basically, they're selling the digital versions of them. And the Grammys is saying, yeah, no, we're not going to give you guys, unless there's actual human involved in it, we're not going to give you an award for it. So I don't know what does that mean for the future of people that are working in AI? Because some say, yeah, this eyelash is crazy this way. Some people say that that's the future of music. That's the future of everything. You know, people are not. I feel like Katy Perry now. Did you guys see that? I totally Katy Perry. But you know, Oz and I play with AI. Most of our cards are AI generated. You know, we do Linda does our yum yums. Those are AI generated. So it's slowly coming on, and that's going to be the future. So much AI is, we're not even going to be able to decipher what's AI and what's real. I absolutely believe that. I mean, we already can't, but it's going to get much worse. There's this guy that does video shorts out there. I think he's called Green Screen something. He takes movie clips and he pauses them, and he brings out the backgrounds with the green screen so you see how they're doing the effect. It's the craziest shit. Like, to go back and watch all these movies, like, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, or even Wednesday, the new Netflix special. He shows how even when they're dancing, they're doing their choreography, there's a choreographer dressed in green from head to toe standing behind them, holding their arms and making sure that they're in perfect point. Nothing you see is real ever. Definitely check it out if you see that guy, because I was pretty impressed. Like, I fell for a lot of this crap. We got one more ouchie from Biden. He really does need a helmet like that, doesn't he?
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad.
Fan vomit. Stop.
It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters.
Joe Biden is the president we need right now. Battle-tested, forward-looking, honest and authentic. He has never forgotten who he is fighting for.
We are in a historic place in history, historic place right now, as we look at where we are with the economy. Very, very different than where we were a year ago. And that is because of what the president has been able to do.
Recognize the value of experience and seasoning. Recognize that his values align better with where we want America to go.
Democrats, we are delivering. Actually, we are delivering big time.
Just 20% of voters believe this country is headed in the right direction. 74% say the nation is on the wrong track. Let me tell you something about this moment. We have had this sustained period of 70% about a year now.
Think about that.
The last two periods in the history of this poll that we've had this kind of sustained negativity about the direction of the country was before the 92 election and before the 2008 election. Both of those changed the party controlling the White House.
Put simply, I would argue the Biden economic plan is working.
It's working.
But look at what I've inherited and what I've done.
Yeah, it's not working. If we've been holding steady at 75, 74%, unhappy, it's not working. But I just want to say, I met Van Jones, and y'all, he smelled like money. If money has a smell, it's Van Jones. I don't know any other way to explain it, but how disgusting. And yeah, they're just going to keep lying. They're going to keep saying that Biden's doing the best of he's ever done, the most historical presidency in the history of the world. Historical just because it's been such a shit show and a nightmare. Yeah. So let's see. I got a few more left before we get out of here. Half the nation's wetlands just lost federal protection. Their fate is up to the states. Yeah. So this was a doohickey that the Supreme Court did. Let me pull that article up. They're giving it to the states basically. Now, we've been protecting the wetlands since the late 80s, early 90s. Actually, I remember this as a kid. And why did we do that? Because we had devastated so many wetlands that when you take away wetlands are the lungs of an area, right? They take all the toxins in, they clean it out, they filter it out. I mean, they're there for a reason. And we figured that out in the 80s and 90s. But God damn it, the corporatists can make more money if they can bulldoze those, throw some fill in there and build some houses. So I expect to see a bunch of that. So the Institute found that 24 states have no state level regulations for wetlands. So even Colorado doesn't have regulations on wetlands. So it's just going to get worse. And yet here we get screamed at constantly about climate change, right? And who pays for climate change? The poor pay for climate change. The rich don't pay for climate change. Did you guys hear the crazy fucking story where they're shutting down New York pizza ovens? You know, the stone pizza ovens because of the emissions they put into the air. So it affects roughly, a handful of restaurants in New York, which New York's known for their pizza, right? Pizza wars. And it's just stupid shit like this, right? Where they could save the environment, they fucking don't. And, they put it all on us. It's going to be on us to pay for all of it. I just thought that was gross. And of course, it's the Supreme Court. So do you expect anything else? No, I don't. We know that Trump packed the Supreme Court with a bunch of jackasses, but even if they were Democratic jackasses, they still do the same thing, always have. It's never going to get better. As Misty says, we are so fucked. Hey, I hung out with Misty on Monday night. You guys should go check that out. I love doing her show. It's so much fun. Just flew by being able to just sit there and BS. So it's that time. Gardening memes. Your chances of being killed by a squash plant are low, but never zero. And no, this isn't my squash plant, but my squash does look like this. I have quite a few of them out there. They're doing well. My garden's doing really well. I've got a black mold on my tomatoes I'm trying to deal with, but other than that, it's going good. Couple of things going on for Assange. Okay, guys, we got to talk about Assange's birthday. July 3rd is Julian Assange's birthday. That's Monday. So we have actions happening all over the country, but depending on what's going on in your area, please find something that's going on locally. If not, you can do your own thing, right? We have a banner drop planned in the Seattle area. So July 3rd, starting at 6 p.m., the overpass of 45th Street in Seattle. And I know there's a bunch all over the place. I know Boston's got stuff going on. Just, go hit the Assange groups to find out what is up. And yeah, please get out there and make more people aware. That's really, I talk to people all the time because, I always wear my free Assange hoodie. And just random people will be like, who's Julian Assange? And I'm like, you don't know who Julian Assange is? Well, you should go home and Google it, and I'll give him he's being locked up and he's being tortured by our country for telling the truth. Do you know we torture people? Yeah. Why do you know that? Because Julian Assange is the one who got that information out. That's what I do. Or you could order, I think you might still be able to get a few of the Assange birthday boxes. I hopefully have one coming. I'm excited. And they come so packed, loaded with things to do and to support Assange and to help Assange. So Halo Benson, head over to her Twitter. she is the nicest. All you have to do is send her a message. Like, this is her GoFundMe because she raises money to buy all the things, the materials that go in these boxes and to ship them out. You get buttons, you get stickers, you get leaflets, but most importantly, you get self-addressed envelopes to all of your local representatives and papers. She takes the time to find those addresses for you so you don't have to. She even sends you a pre-form letter that you just have to copy in your own handwriting, and then you can mail it out. So a letter to the editor, a letter to your local representative. It's such a great idea. And you guys can write Julian Assange, send him a late birthday letter. You know, I doubt it would get there. Well, if you're across the pond, it'll get there, but send it now. He might get it in a couple of weeks. You can go to writejulianassange.com to find out all the information on what you can send Julian, how to send Julian. But if not, there's his address. Just take a screenshot of the screen. And yeah, let's keep his spirits up. I did hear that he is getting everybody's letters, and he does read them. Like, you know, it's got to keep him going. I know it would me. If I was in jail, I would live for mail. I guess he gets so much mail that he can't even get through all of it, right? And I guess they might pick and choose what he's allowed to see, which is fucking terrible, but at least he's getting some stuff, I think. Yep, the next morning is Assange's birthday, Monday morning. Yeah, you know, we have our local 4th of July parade, and the Democrats are always down there. The Republicans are always down there. They're power fighting, you know, the whole thing. And I've been in the parade. I represented the fucking People's Party in that parade a couple of years ago, but I'm thinking that I'm going to go down there with a bunch of my Assange gear and banners, and I'm just going to walk the crowd talking to people about Assange on 4th of July. What else do I got to do, right? I'm not trying to lead any group. I just want people to know about Assange. So I feel like the way the Democrats have crushed the progressive voices in my area, that we're not getting into those spaces any longer that we used to. So I'm going to attempt, but without having to deal with the local Democrats for sure. Ugh, that's never fun. It's never fun. They see me, man, and it's like they just instantly like, oh no, here she comes. She's coming to get us. They attack. Oh yeah. So yeah, just write Halo if you want one of these. And you know, she asked for $20, but you don't have to give her $20. You know, just even if you just say, hey, I'm broke, but I would like to participate, she'll send you one. I know she will. She is that kind. So, and if you can help her out, please do help her out, because I think this is the most effective campaign that I've seen in a long time for anything. And I've been on the ground doing a lot of activism for the last 10 years, and this has been so effective. I mean, it puts the power into people's hands to get the information out to other people. That's what's so important. Guess what, guys? I got a good show coming up this next Friday. Not this Friday, not in 2 days, but next Friday, July 7th. We got Kit from Hardlands Media coming by to hang out and do Uncensored Friday with me. Of course, I had to steal this meme from him. Stop insulting our club. No. Yeah. If you don't know, go back, watch my Monday show. Ice Cube put out a video saying, I'm not a part of the club. I don't want to be a part of their club. And they don't like it when you're not in their club. DC, thank you so much for the super chat. Hashtag free the press. Hashtag free Assange. Yeah, for sure. You know, Ice Cube, I want to see him put his money where his mouth is. Get out there, get on these independent media, you know, get out there with RBN, get out there with Sabby Sabs, you know, do Jimmy Dore. Do some independent fucking media if you're serious about pushing this message that you're pushing, for sure. And let's see, my Friday show, Uncensored Friday, will just be me hanging out because I am queen of the trailer park. So Trailer Park Pundit, Uncensored Friday. And then, of course, Beauty and the Boomer is already in the works for Saturday. We're going to Scarborough Fair. Have you gone to Scarborough Fair? Well, we're going. And Oz has got some great music picked out for that. It is going to be fun. And real fast, I want to bring up, I'm going to show you guys this real fast, but I got to get out of where I'm at. I want to show you Amber. Okay, I had to shut myself up when I have to hear myself in my own ear. I don't know how you guys put up with my voice. Anyways, let's see. I want to find Amber's new show and show it to you guys. I'm on More Media. Why isn't it showing it to me? Because that's at 6:00 tonight, and you need to check it out. The first one was amazing, Amber. I think it's premium You have to be a premium member, but most of you guys are premium members on Rokfin. So here we go. Come on, give me the Rokfin. Is that it? Share. Okay. So this is Amber's new show. If I click on it, it'll bring me into it. So it's the technocratic pando. How come I can't say that today? Panopticon. Yeah, there we go. And sports with Dr. Maria del Selva Guillermo. The first one Amber did was really great, guys. A lot of good information. You know, Brave New Future. She always brings you receipts, and you will get receipts on that show too. And what she's talking about is important. So definitely go check it out. And I think we're almost out of here. What do we got going on today? I'm trying to think. It's Wednesday, so everybody should be on, right? We should have Jimmy. I know we had Convo earlier. Definitely go check out Fee, what she did. Pandopt. I don't know why my brain just shuts that opt down. Panopticon. I know what the word is. Half the time I know what the word is. It's my brain not connecting with my mouth for enunciation. Yeah, I was in speech therapy as a kid. What can I say? I don't have an excuse. I live in a trailer park. I got a great closer for you guys, but I want to shout the chats out. Thank you guys so much, everybody who joined me. We ended up with a really big crowd, even though we kind of started out slow. So I appreciate that. Beauty of the Boomer. Oh, did we change our name? Is that me? Jimmy's on vacation. Oh, that's right. Jimmy is on vacation. Jimmy's on vacation for the next 2 weeks. Wasn't Jimmy just on vacation? I don't know. Catalytic Centaur, thanks for joining me. DC Gamer made it in. Jilly Love. It was so much fun. Did you guys see that power panel with Jimmy that Pasta had yesterday? Yeah, we had fun modding that. I think it was me, Gamer, and Jilly modding that. God, there was some trolls in there, right? Always the trolls. Popeye, go start. Yona, smoke tough for me today, Yona. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. There's some. Oh, Sinead, you left me. Sinead, you left me the nicest comment yesterday. Thank you so much. I get them. A lot of times I don't have time to answer when I see them. I try to get back and answer them. You guys are so great and so encouraging. I appreciate you more than I can say. And I want to shout out the Red Cloud. Red Cloud's here too. And Chris Foster, it was good to see you. I worry about you sometimes when I don't see you for a while. I know you get busy. We've got Fred Edwards. Fred, you do a great job over there of modding for everybody. Amber King, Gregory Walker, Jim. Hi, Jim. Copeland Morris. Thank you so much for joining me. Who am I missing over here? One of these days, I'm going to buy some glasses. I bought a pair of dollar store ones, but I don't know. They're like Coke bottles and too thick. So I don't know. That and they're kind of weird shaped. What do you think? Look at how big. That's how blind I am, guys. That's how blind I am. So when I tell you I can't see, I can't see. Maybe I should clean them too. That would probably help. Anyways, I got a great closer for you. It is Pearl Farm. And I think I've brought Pearl Farm like maybe once before, but she's got an amazing voice. Beautiful video too. Okay, guys, we made it through Wednesday, and I will be back tomorrow with Craig Pasta Jardula for another morning. We'll see what Pasta's been up to because we haven't done a show in 2 weeks, so that'll be fun. And then Friday, you can catch me for Uncensored. Uncensored is where I get to say what I didn't get to say today. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. And do no harm, man. Do no harm.
Watching wyverns move through the rain. In a nearby town they're saying, won't get away. You know they're saying, I won't get away. kings and queens of old.